Hello, everybody. My name's Brian. Welcome to the Theme Workshop. Happy New Year, everyone. It's the first live stream I've been able to do since the new year. Welcome, Davey, Retro Gamer. Hope you're doing well. And DTech Logic, you're saying you're planning on setting up a Launchbox on a game PC. That's a great place for it. Go, if you haven't, download Launchbox. It's free to use. Import all of your games and yeah, check it out if you haven't yet. Hope everybody's doing well. Of course, the Theme Workshop is a place where you can come, anyone can come, ask questions about Launchbox or Big Box theming, and I'll do my very best to answer. I did get a lot of questions during the holidays, and I'm looking to sort of tidy those up. Hope everybody's doing well. So what I'm going to do is just answer one question today that I had from Manny. Hopefully he gets a chance to watch this at some point, which is essentially he's got a 5x4 setup, I guess an arcade 1-up, and he just he sees all of these 16x9 themes being created. What does it take to change one of these 16x9 themes to a 4x3 or a 5x4? Can't someone just do it? Well, I'm going to attempt to do this. I don't know how it's going to go, but I'm going to take the Retro Mags theme that I made last year. I'm going to try to make it fit a 4x3 or 5x4 theme, and we'll see if it works out. I've got some idea of how that will work, but I wish it was as simple as just like crop the sides. That would make sense, but it's not always that simple. Joan, new discount days, please. It's so expensive for Mexicans. So sorry to hear that. We only usually offer one discount a year, and that is Black Friday. Although we don't really have any changes to that in the future. However, you don't have to buy the lifetime license. If you've already used the free version of Launchbox and you like it and you're wanting to upgrade, we do recommend just buy the regular license. It's a good deal. It's $30, although that can still be it'll be expensive. But we also have deals on the upgrade during Black Friday as well. So you can always buy it now, the regular license, and then upgrade during Black Friday. And Davey, you don't know if I remember you. You're Gameplay King. I do remember Gameplay King. So you just changed your name or got a new account. So glad you're back in the new year. Let's go straight into this. What would it take for me to change Retro Mags to a square theme? Let's discover it together, because I really don't know what it would all take. I've got some ideas. 6 steps. Thanks for all your work. Thank you very much for coming. Hopefully you're enjoying this, and you can take advantage of all the themes that we've been doing over the last year. All right, let's jump into this Retro Mags theme. We're going to see what it looks like. Davey, unfortunately, you do have to pay. We only offer paying in USD on our website, either through both of our payment models or payment methods, which is we use Stripe and we also use Amazon. Okay, you would think that this would be fairly easy to switch over. So this seems like the easiest one to do, because we just have sort of a desk on the sides. Let's see what would happen. So here you can see that I do have it set to stretch. So it's supposed to stretch to different sizes. Let's try to block it to 4x3 and see what happens. Okay, not really what I wanted to happen, but let's see if we can fix this. Okay. What would I need to switch to make this not look like it's stretched? Let's start with the wood background. instead of having it full screen, we would need to have it, and that's the size of my monitor, which is fine. I'm assuming it does not like that. Okay. See what happens if I save that out. Okay, so we've got the background fixed, sort of. Let's look at the magazine and what's going on with this. So I think the same thing needs to happen here. Okay. And now I need to center this out. Let's see what happens if I do hit center. Okay, that's pretty good. I will need to uncheck lock to canvas so that what's happening is it is kind of cropping it. So we also have the platform specific background. So this will appear if a system does have its own background. Take off full screen, and I'm going to need to center this guy up as well. It didn't quite work out the way that I wanted. So I might have to just deal with, oops. Making this work like this. Okay. Now this would be a great, let's see if I have the right build for this. So there's a way to zoom in on the unreleased version or the 2.3 version of the theme creator. So this kind of really helps, doesn't it? I can hold the space bar to kind of drag around the canvas here. Let's see if I can get this working. Does that look? Not quite. All right. Not terrible. Let's see what it looks like. Not bad. And Davey, and Joan, you were saying that you really like. Oh, and hey, Danny, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Joan, you're saying you really like Launchbox, or you really love Launchbox. You want to try Big Box. I see. Yeah. Well, I wish one day that you can give it a shot, because it's really a pretty awesome product. And Diedrich, you're saying Dave should change how changing aspect ratios work. The screen should only crop and not stretch the element. See, that would be interesting but remember, that would only work for themes that have centered all of their elements. So what happens if you have themes where they've purposely left stuff on the left or right and you crop that? Then you basically have a theme where you can't see the actual contents. So both, like what he chose to do was basically try to rescale everything so that you can at least see the contents in a 4x3 theme. And he's using math behind the scenes to try to get that working. All right, let's zoom in a little bit. I mean, what I'll do with this one actually. And where are we? This is the magazine texture overlay. I'm going to copy this one here. I'm going to paste. Oh, this one might not work because he still has a bug in this. Yeah, that's okay. We'll just position that. Although I could do it this way. So I'll take the X coordinate. And then I'll take the width coordinate. And that should be enough. Okay, what's this last one? I don't remember what this last one is. Let's find out. It's a magazine overlay. I think it's a little bit of a texture over. Okay, so let's do that one. This one's going to need the centering treatment, I believe. Okay, so now that we've got the background and the overlays done, and Callie, welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Rich Nava, Big Box Rocks, especially for arcades. Yeah, I love that. I got an arcade cabinet over the holidays and put Big Box on it, and it's been amazing. It's changed a little bit of how I think of some of the Big Box themes, and I'm hoping to bring some of that into some future themes. I did make a theme specifically for my own cabinet though, but I can talk about that at a later time. And Callie, you're saying, just want to say thanks for all the hard work you guys put into the app. Best app ever. Really appreciate it. You are very welcome. I'm sure the rest of the guys that are on the team will definitely enjoy your comment. So thanks for that. And 6 steps, you're saying, anyone know how to change controllers for each system in RetroArch? For example, you have an arcade setup with 2 sticks, but you don't want to use the sticks for the console games. And there's your answer there from Cbeats. You can have a per core configuration or a per game directory configuration. Okay, lots of elements here that are not positioned properly. Let's see if we can fix that. I'm going to start with this canvas here, which I'm hoping if I can just move this to the sides, that would definitely help. Okay. I think I moved it too far on this side. Let me zoom in a little bit. That looks a bit better. Okay, where's this guy? Why is that guy not move? Because I don't have him in here. Let's correct that. Let's move him here. Now where is he? Whoop. Release date, and we're gonna place him somewhere in here. And I do have an overlay barcode, which I probably should move as well. I can position that to the bottom and then move that up a bit. Okay. So it looks like we got the text okay. There's one element here that also is not part of it. Here it is. Let's move this out. I have to zoom in here as well. What's that doing? I think that's coming off a tiny bit. I can change that here. Still a tiny bit. Okay, that looks actually pretty good. And then we'll do the same thing here. And now we got to deal with all of these guys. I think this one's okay. I'll move him over a little bit. Make him a bit bigger. And I'll do the same thing with image number 2. Make him a bit bigger. And image number, well, I guess number 2 is this one. Doesn't look too bad. Let's just double check. I think the last thing will be the wheel. Is the wheel in the right spot? Probably isn't. And for some reason, the text scroller didn't quite come out. All right, let's save that out. And B2, you're saying you bought Launchbox in 2015. Well, if you bought it in 2015 and it's still working now, you do have a lifetime license. Joan, you're saying you started to use Launchbox in 2019 and now it's your main launcher for Steam and other apps. That's awesome. I'm glad you're enjoying it. I'm definitely enjoying it every single day. Okay, I think I got this working. We will have to test out the wheel positioning. I'm not sure how well it's doing in this position, but we'll find out. But yeah, there's view number 1. I think that view was a little easier than I anticipated. Let me go through some of these systems just to make sure that it's working on these other ones. Okay. I'm already not really liking this positioning, so let's just move it out a little bit. Game Boy Advance. So the only thing we're not able to see yet is the wheel preview. And that will be coming in a future update, as far as what I'm being told from Dave. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so this guy's just really tiny. Okay. And it looks like we've got some issues with the animations. Let's just double check what those potentially could be. Let's start with number 1 and look at the animations and what's going on here. So it's saying immediately go to this position, but that position is no longer the right position. So that's probably the reason why. Why position? Go. Once selected, go down. During selection, come back to the current. Oh, during selection, go down to the bottom. Okay. That should be okay. Let's go to the next one. I think it's just that we have to adjust. It's Y positioning. This one's the X positioning. We have to tell it immediately start here. Okay. And the very last one. Let's put it there. All right, let's see what we got. Diedrich, the background music's nice today. The background music's been the same for at least 2 or 3 months. However, it does cycle through 5 5 or 6 different playlists. And it is pretty low, isn't it? It's about 50%-ish. But all of it's just lo-fi versions of video game music that's free to use. Just why I can get away with it. Okay, let's see how it comes in. Okay, they're all coming in properly. They're all animating okay. This is animating okay. I think we're okay at this point for the platform view. So let's do the hard part and jump to one of these wall views. Okay. Not looking forward to seeing this. All right. There's a lot going on in this view. And let's start with what I did before. So you get rid of the wood background and it should just provide... Well, let's center this out. Okay. We have the open magazine, which also needs to be centered out. Let's take a look at what this looks like. I mean, the whole magazine's fitting pretty well when it's centered, when the image is centered. So that will make things a little easier if I'm trying to get the rest of this stuff to match up. Now the question is, where is the rest of this stuff? I've got platform clear logo, that's not it. We got all of these frames with all of the information. Okay, here's a background. What does this background do? So this background is the background image on this right side. So if I don't do full screen and center this image, please, crossing my fingers. Nice. Working well, and I've got to do the same thing with this one as well. And the reason why I lock these two is so that I can click on the stuff underneath it. Okay, and then we've got the magazine overlay, which I should be able to do the exact same thing for. And let's center that up. So by centering all those elements, it's placing all of these. Luckily, beforehand, the only reason why this is working so smoothly is because I was able to, every single one of these elements is the same aspect ratio. So I can just tell it, hey, just fill the screen, actually crop it, and just sort of leave it there in the middle. I can just center it out. Everything's the same size, positioned properly. Okay, let me lock that one as well. Now I've got all the hard elements. Let's start with this side. Give it some breathing room. Okay. And we're going to go start at the bottom. I don't think I have to do anything with this one. Yeah, I think we're fine there. I will have to mess with this one here. Let's see what I have. I have a width and a height, so I should be able to increase the width here. That kind of helped. Okay. So far, so good. Something's stopping it from getting larger. Here it is. Okay, not too bad. Got that working. So it's got a few pieces of metadata and then the description. You do have the premium license, and it is a forever license. There you go. So you see, this is not really useful up here. I might just get rid of these, unless somehow that's maybe it adds to the aesthetic of just seeing the tiniest bit of of a cart just hidden behind the magazine there. Just pop in. Maybe I'll just leave it. Okay, now the a little bit of the harder parts, which is this side. Let me just kind of see how I did it. So it looks like they're just stationary objects. So I just have to move them to the right place. And of course, these objects I'm using, these ones actually stuck in place pretty good. These are the objects that I use on the platform view. So they should change dynamically depending on which platform that you're using. Let's move this, center this guy up. Not quite centered. So I'm going to center to the triangle. So that's pretty good. I'm going to use this to help. I can probably zoom in, and that's actually pretty good. I'm going to change the wheel. So I got to make sure that it's going to be positioned in the right spot. There you go, something like that. And let's see how I did this bottom part. Nope. Everything's in a dock. However, that dock is auto-sized, which doesn't help me. How's this one? Okay, so this one's not auto-sized. It looks like I position... Ooh, okay. Each object a particular size. Probably auto-size some of this stuff. But let's see how it looks. Looks pretty good. Let's do the other one. Here it is. Oops. How much space will I need here? I'll probably need something like this much space. I need actually quite a bit. And what I'm going to do is just reposition the start of this area based on that size. Not too bad. Okay, let's start repositioning some of these elements here. And so far so good. Get this going. Make sure this is for some reason not... Okay, that's better. And it looks like the rest of it adjusted properly. Okay, not bad. Not bad. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm missing anything, but I'm gonna say no, and let's test a few other games and a few other systems. Okay, so you can see what happens if you don't have a background. It'll display the gray background that has some faded icons. I don't know if I have any other games with backgrounds for this system. Probably some of the main ones, yeah, like F-Zero. Not too bad. One thing that I'm kind of hesitant about is the this here. Let's try to center that. Okay, that's better. Not sure why that wasn't centered. Okay. What I will have to do is log into YouTube, unfortunately. Give me guys 1 second. All right. Okay, so I'm just getting rid of that the spam there for you guys. Okay, so yeah, I know it wasn't directed at me, Seabeats, but yeah, I'm gonna give myself a pat on the back here so far. It's going a lot smoother than I had anticipated, thanks to how I laid out the images a bunch of months back, making it easier to do something like this. Let's switch systems though, and just hope that there's not very many issues. Okay, so far so good. Issues that you could potentially have is having this stack panel just get way too large. Okay, so a 2 named looks like it's getting just to the edge. Let's try, is there any like 3 named games? What's a really, oh, there's a 4 name game. So you can see at this point, it's cutting itself off at the bottom and the top. I could put a max height for the name. I'm not really sure if I should, but I probably should. Either that or make it so one of the other elements will stop at a certain point growing. Let's see. Which element? It would have to be the box. You can see here it's getting cut off quite a lot. That name, man, that's a long name. So I don't think it's that easy. I know Seabeats, you're talking like XAML code, but in this I would have to give a maximum height. Well, I don't really like that idea either. I don't really want to do a lot of messing about here. So let's see what I could do about the text of the game title. Maybe that's the easier one. Right now the height is 205, right? What would it take to get rid of one of those rows? Okay, you get rid of one of those rows. I don't think I can do this as well, but let's give it a shot. Oh, I can. Okay. So that'll at least buy me 1 row of space, so it can only get 3 high, and then it'll stop. So that's good. Really have to make sure that that will also allow it to get smaller. All right, it didn't buy us enough space though. I could just make this too wide. Might just do that. Two seems to be a good height. Yeah, I think that's what I initially planned on, because you can kind of see that it perfectly aligns. at least the height of the box. Okay, there we go. Let's see what happens with a small title. Okay, it does get smaller, so it's working all right. Okay, so that takes care of 2 views. I've got 3 more views. I should be able to tackle that quickly. Let's see how quickly I can tackle a view, knowing that I've already just tackled everything. Okay, so this is the view with the video as the main area. Anybody remember what I did? I take the wood background, align it to the center, take the open magazine, take off full screen, also align it to the center, go up to the top, magazine overlay, also align it to the center. I got the right page. What am I missing? I'm missing the overlay of the background images, game background images. So I'll do the same thing with that. Align to the center. Now here's the kicker though. Doing all of this, it would still not work properly unless it's a 4:3 screen. So I would have to lock it to 4:3 or else elements would get skewed. But at least that's a bit better than 16:9 when you're dealing with a 5:4 screen. Okay, so all of the background and overlays are good. What else did I do? I made this larger. I made the text scroller larger, which I'm gonna have to do in 2 steps. Okay. Make this one larger. It's pretty good. And then set that, so I'll have to go back to the other game so that I can set it properly. So this is going to be a little different because all sizes of videos are basically the same height. I'm having to set a height, and that height will always be smaller than a box. So I might be able to get away with this 4 high game title, but I definitely can't do 5. So to counteract that, I will have to put a maximum height of the exact height that it is right now, and then make it so it's trimming the last character so that people know, oh, if I trim it, it gets rid of that one. Okay, I'm fine with that actually as well. Okay, not too bad. Let's go to a game with an actual video so I can keep myself entertained. There's one. How about Zelda? Okay, let's do this one. Alright, what else is missing? I gotta do the whole left side here. Alright, one at a time. Let's lock these so I can actually get the canvas here. Get at the elements in the canvas. I'm gonna move this over. I'm gonna use the zooming feature. And just position it. There we go. It's good enough for me. These guys are good, if I remember correctly, but I've got to move this one out. And then this whole mess. Let's see what I got here. I'm going to move this out. I need to decide what I need for this. I believe it's that one and this one that needs to open up. No, there's another one. Take a look. Okay, pretty good. Now let's do this side. Come on. Doesn't seem to want to get bigger than this. So it's not the dock, and then this is the first element. So it's something with this element. Let me try to manually. Why don't I just auto size it? That would be better. There we go. Then we can use this stack to make it larger. Then we'll use this to center it. I probably need to make this larger, don't I? Make this a little larger. Apparently not that one. Okay, this one. Okay, and then I will just auto size the width of this. There we go. And the wheel. I also have to position the wheel. Okay, and I know that that wheel's using a custom flow control that I have to do outside of the community theme creator. I'll see if I can get that done. Other than that, I think we're good with this. I did everything that I did with the previous one. I think. But this one looks okay. Let's change the platform at least a couple times just to make sure. I'll do a Nintendo game. Let's go down to some different Nintendo games. Actually, I should only have a video for this. So you can see, because I don't have anything here, it doesn't actually collapse these elements. I guess I should, shouldn't I? Now let's see what that would look like. Where are those elements even staying? They're here. It's a box and two screenshots. We've got this box. I forgot to do it for this one, I believe. So basically saying collapse this element if I believe screenshots 1.1 file does not exist. Let's see if that works. I assume that's what the other two are doing. There we go. I wonder if the same thing's happening with this one. It might actually. It's hard to tell because I don't have a box for this system either. Oh, I see. Okay. So I would just have to do it for this element. So basically saying collapse this element if box front file doesn't exist. Should center it out. Okay, so at least things are centered. Okay, last system I should really check is something with a 16:9 video. Which one do I have for that? Guess let's jump to the Wii U. Okay, that one looks okay. And that looks okay as well. So not too bad. I can't really do much with the positioning of this, but it looks okay. I don't mind it. And Joan, I have a very relaxing voice or tone. Which one is it? Voice or tone? I don't know. Well, thank you. These elements are okay. I don't mind where they're positioned. Let's just jump through a couple different. It's still okay. Nothing's out of place. So far, so good. Okay, I think I'm pretty happy with that. And now we still have 2 more views. Unfortunately. Okay, so this one is a lot like the last one we just did, but with a text list. And it's missing images. Is it missing images? I should do a system that actually has those images here. Yeah. Okay, let me see why. Okay, there you go. Okay, let's at least do an interesting game. Okay, so this one has 3 shots that I can use on the positioning of all this stuff. And let's see what we got to do. So we've got to go through the process once again. We're going to center a whole bunch of elements, get these magazines unfull screened. Get the top magazine overlay nice and centered. Get the background image nice and centered. Background black overlay, which just sort of dims out any very shiny backgrounds here, which this one's one of them. Okay. Let's deal with the right side here. And we'll deal with this here. Text scroller should come out. Okay. Right side looks done. Left side. I don't know where all this stuff is. Okay, so that's the bottom. We do have a new element here that I'm gonna have to worry about, which is this one here. Okay. Man, that looks not good. Okay, so the top looks fine. This does not. Interesting how I can make that go larger. Huh. Oh, it's trying to auto size it, but it didn't auto size properly. Oops. I'll just manually bring that out. Oops. I need it to be exactly this width. Or this width. What happens if I auto size it from now on? Okay, so it still gets short for some reason. I guess it's auto sizing to the inside of its contents. Okay, and you can kind of see there that it's not quite lining up properly. How would I solve that? That's better. I'm fine with that as well. Okay, and then the actual contents of it, I think the reason why it wasn't lining up was because of its contents, the wheel. So I'm gonna have to make this a bit wider, but now I have control over where it's gonna end. Let me get rid of this guy. Seabeats. You have to watch the stream on mute. Why even watch it at that point? Edward, I need to rename the stream ASMR Big Box Theme Workshop. The Bob Ross calming effect. That's really funny. There is somewhere out on the internet where I dress up like Bob Ross. Although, I think I'll keep that hidden away. Okay, I'm going to have to deal with all of this junk down here now and all of this junk up here. So, best way to do that, let's hide these backgrounds as well as this overlay, or at least lock them. Allows me to now click this, bring this over. That one had something also centered. This one I'm bringing over. And of course, this whole thing, if I can click it, bring that over. Alright, so now the kind of hard part. Bring this out, and this out. Okay. Let's do this one. No, not this one. Which one is it? Ah, this is the same thing where I couldn't figure it out, so I just auto-sized it. And then that worked. Give myself some space. Make this go out. And then auto-size the width of this text, which is already auto-sized. So what's missing? Auto-size the width of the dock. That's... the text is in. Okay, so far so good. I have 4x3ified this theme, at least this view. That's 4. Is that 4? 4 or 5? The next theme workshop. Happy trees theme. Make it happen. Give me a prototype of or a design of what that's gonna look like, and I would do it. And remember, no mistakes, just happy accidents. Yep. Last view. We're coming down to the... Well, 2 more things. We got to do this view, then we got to export it, publish it. Then we'll take those published files, we'll paste the flow context, and then we'll take a look at the theme and see what happens. And just like what you guys are saying, if there's a mistake, you know, it's just it's not really a mistake, it's just a happy accident. We're just gonna have to live with it. Is that right? Okay, so this one's going to have the same kind of start as all the other ones. We're going to center it. And the theme, the Happy Trees theme, is going to be Bob Ross painting the box art on a canvas. Make it styled like Mario Paint for bonus points. That'd be hilarious. And that's already one of your startup videos, Edward. The joy of gaming. Okay, 2 more layers. I've done this, what, 4 times already? So I should remember what I'm doing. Center these guys out. Okay, background okay so far. Let's take the right side. Make it larger. Anyway, why is this? A bit better. And then we'll take the text scroller at the bottom here. And we'll just match this scroller. Inside, give it a little bit of a padding on the sides. There we go. Right side looks pretty good. Let's deal with the left side here, which still looks like a mess. It doesn't look like I have everything here within a stack, so this might take a little bit of changes. Ooh, okay. That is a little odd. Do I have to center this? Whoa, what just happened there? That was odd. But I think that worked well, at least for what I need. This needs to be a particular size. Gonna just make it as full as possible. And the same thing for the wheel. Actually, it's not the wheel, it's the contents of the wheel. Ah, there you go. Much easier. Okay. So now I'm gonna have to deal with these elements individually. So let me see if I can deal with the canvas here. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good, actually. I'm happy with that. This one will roughly be in a position. And bring that out a little bit. There we go. And I have already taken care of the bottom, except for this guy here. Which one is that? This little fella. Let's bring him over. There we go. Nice. And this one here. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Really like that zooming in feature. Can't wait for everybody to be able to use that. There we go. I am going to have to check. I'm gonna have to check a little bit. I might make this a bit smaller. Not everybody's video is 16:9 in this spot. I probably have some where they're not. Actually, maybe I don't. This system? No. All right, but I know what's going to happen. It'll just basically make it so there's a video just cropped in the middle. And I think I'm okay with that. Okay, so let me just go through the views that we've managed to successfully move over. Wow, that was that was a mistake right in front of my face. Let's try to fix that. Here, so X position is this. Go. Oh yeah, I think I'm okay. Let's just go through one and see what happens. Okay, let's jump back and forth from one view to back to this view. Make sure everything will begin in the right spot. Yeah, we're okay there. Everything looks fine and painted properly on this one. Everything looks in position for this one. Go to the next one. Looking like things are in position, except for... Actually, that one's fine. Now let's try the last one, and should be good. All right. I think we are good. We have ported this over to 4x3. I'm going to publish this out. Actually, let me change the name to 43. Retromags. Should I call it Retromags issue 43? Issue 43. There you go. Let's publish this out and see if I have anything else. I think I only really need to touch this if that's a problem. But I don't think I really have much to do if that's the case. So let's go to themes. Let's jump into Retromags, the regular one. Let's also open up an Explorer and jump into Retromags issue 43, our new theme. And there's going to be the wall views that we have to now transfer over. You can do this in a text file. So if you do end up publishing this theme, either this new version or the old version, you can simply go into the wall view and you would be able to search for flow control. And I'll put this on this side. We'll open this one up and put that one on this side. Flow control. Okay, so we've got this whole wheel area. And we're just going to take this flow control here and paste it here. That'll be one. And we got to do it for this one as well. They're both the same flow control in both of the versions. So we should be able to do that and close out. Let's load up Launchbox. Specifically Big Box. Okay, so we are going to switch the theme out to our new theme and take a look at what we got. There you go. So you can see, because I set it to 4x3, there is an option within the themes that's automatically applied to say, no matter what size somebody's screen is, make it 4x3. And you can see here, maybe I could stand to increase the size of the how far apart the cover flow is for each image. But if I'm scrolling through here, you know, I'm liking the results. The results look nice. Okay, let's jump into one of these and then check out all the different views. All right, I don't have any stuff there. Oh, you can see here, I will have to fix that. That's not a problem. There it goes. I'm gonna cash in everything that I got. Looking pretty good for this one. This one does have a problem with an image and two sides, but overall pretty good. I can always fix that. Let's jump to the next view. This one should have the video playing. Okay, it does. Looks pretty good. Oh, thanks, Lucas. Hopefully people can use this sort of 4x3 version of this theme. And the very last one, let's jump to another system just to get some context of what it would look like. And we're going to go to the text list to make sure that that looks okay. As I'm scrolling down, I'm really looking at the text over on the bottom left hand side under experts, making sure that nothing's really going away, making sure that things are loading in fine, nothing's getting cut off. But so far so good. There you go. Alright, so hopefully I will have this theme out. I'll do some of those tweaks that I was just mentioning, make sure that everything's looking okay for all the different views, especially this wall view 1. Definitely want to fix that up a little bit more, especially when a game has screenshots there. That's what I was missing. But other than that, I think we're looking pretty good. Thank you so much for joining me today. Hopefully everybody had a great new year, and look for some more exciting stuff to come from our team over the next coming weeks and the next coming months. If you guys do want a specific thing for me to work on, or if you have any questions about theme development, or you have this vision of a perfect theme that you want me to create, let me know. I'll add it to the list and do my best to try and help you out at some point in the future. So thank you so much for joining. We'll see you guys next week or the week after. Take care, everybody.